Hi guys, I'm the Midwest Moose. This is the next episode of the gasser build, right there, gasser. What we're doing is dropping the rear suspension 3 inches because I didn't like how the stance looked, and a very valued and treasured audience member had pointed this out. So we decided to go ahead and do it. We were going to anyway, but well, we'll let him have this one. Yes, look at that. Now this is just a mock-up. That's going to be cut. That's like the patch panel on the backside. This is obviously all got to be fixed. But it looks like we're going to clear pretty good. And we'll have another inch because I don't have the pucks to actually affix the car to the frame. I just lightly put it on there to see where our clearances are and see if I liked the stance. And Daddy likes the stance. So we're going with this 3-inch drop in the rear. So it's gonna be axle under or axle over. And then that's like something like crazy, like 12 inches lift in the front. Don't quote me on that. But now we get to take the fenders off, take the fender supports off, lift the body off one more time, put it on the pallet, and then do our pinion angle, which now we can address that because now we've set our engine angle with the cross member and get a drive shaft made, drive shaft loop. We can do brake lines. This kicks the door open for a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, they said there was nothing to worry about, and they said there was no reason to shout. But I saw the buckets cracking, and for us there's no way out. When we started on our journey, no one ever could have foreseen what desolate and lonely ending. On a burning helpless feeling, but it doesn't take a genius to see there's a hole in the ship.
So I apologize for the leap in progression. I lost a lot of footage somehow on my phone, which I do all my recording from. The track bars or the cow tracks are completed, and it's a really simple mechanism. All it really does is takes the rotational force of the axle that it wants to do when you get power through the drive shaft. I've got a new drive shaft, by the way. It takes the force from the drive shaft. Obviously, it transfers to the differential. You get a twist in the differential, the pumpkin. Wants to kick up, right? You can install like a pinion snubber, which is like a little rubber thing that can stop the actual nose of the pinion from kicking up, but that's not nearly as cool. You know, old school traction bars, you can see that underneath the car, it looks super cool. Anyway, it's the same concept. What this does is there is a bottom assembly welded to the bottom of the spring clamp fixture. So as the axle turns, it transfers motion through these heim joints. There's heim joints on either side. This is a bar that you can adjust preload. As you accelerate or hit, say if you want to like take a pass with the drag strip, it's going to roll the axle upwards towards the driver. What this does is transfer the force this way and cantilevers this thing off of this pivot. So these two are kind of moving like this now. What this does is prevents the S shape, which I'm doing a drag car that's got a leaf sprung rear end. And when you accelerate at a hard pace, this leaf spring will S shape very bad. And what that does is causes jumping and traction. Basically, you won't get a good hook and grab on the strip, and you won't be able to launch. You'll just like jump at the start and then finally pick up. What this does is alleviates that by applying pressure, stopping the S shape, and keeping the tires hooked onto the ground. Now I know these are street tires, but once we get drag slicks and stuff put in, it'll be different. But same concept. For now, it's really honestly for looks and the work is there. That way I'm done with it. When I get drag slicks, we're ready to rock. So that is what Caltrex are. Let's go on to the next little goodie I got for you guys. All right, here is the shinies. Let's go get our letter opener.
Chainsaw massacre time tonight. Where you gonna run to? Where you gonna hide? When you're hanging from a hook, I'll skin you alive. Where you gonna scream for hell as I watch you die? Well, hell no shit.
Ooh. Shiny. Moose-like shiny. That looks cool. So I'm a fan of like very brutalistic, simple, very square things. I'm not a big fan of like the fins, the Edelbrock stuff. You know, there's some. I like the very simple look. You know, just there to do what it needs to do, and that's all. I really love these valve covers. Let's put the other one on. I don't even care about the breather. Yeah. Yes, look at that, so fucking awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah. So here's the next thing. That's the valve cover, or the intake that was on this motor when I bought it from my good friend. Do I put that back on, save some money, get it on the road, and then buy the big tunnel ram kit that I want with like maybe a dual or just a big single carb? You know, gasser, like I said, it's gotta be flashy, it's gotta be cool, it's gotta be ridiculous. I'm literally waiting for the delivery guy to show up. I'm waiting on the oil pan bolts for the, well, obviously the oil pan. And then I can put the gasket, put the oil pan on, you know, silicone and all that stuff, flip the motor over, then finally install my flywheel and clutch plate. I've got all that stuff in now. It's quick moving. We're trying to get a lot of this done this weekend. Due to some circumstances that were unforeseen, I have a week off of work. So we're gonna work on the car. I painted the transmission. I did more than that though. I went through it. I inspected every gear, made sure there was no grindings and filings in the bottom of the pan. Everything was fine. Washed it all down, degreased it, made sure everything was ready to go, put new hardware for fastening everything in. Grade 8. New gasket, resealed everything. Went through our pinion, make sure that was clean. We got our transmission cross member, like body mount there. We're ready to go. Once we get these bolts in, so we can bolt the oil pan in, it just kicks the door open for everything. I can mate both sides together for the first time for the car. It's gonna be cool. So I'm just waiting here anxiously, waiting, hoping. It's about 1 o'clock on Sunday. And I'm really hoping sometime. I'm like a little kid. I haven't been this excited for the mail in quite a while.
Ha! Gay!
Go forward. Yes. He dropped something off of my neighbors. This means he's walking. He's moving the van 20 feet. Yes. Okay. This is the interesting part. I decided to go with a hydraulic clutch. These are shims and the anti-rotation bars. Basically this goes on the end of the snout, the beginning of the snout, and this pushes on with the, it's actually got a throw-up bearing built right in. This makes it way cleaner than like a mechanical linkage. We'll give it a shot. I'm reading a lot about it. It seems like a pretty good decision, and I'd rather hydraulic components. That way it's just one-to-one, or I can control the force of the clutch. We'll see. Give it a shot. Okay, guys. I don't think I'm the first guy to invent this, but this is a really handy way of torquing all my flywheel bolts to spec. Just got a bolt running through to the bell housing thing, and just stops it from clocking, so I can actually torque everything. Super handy. I don't have a fancy barring tool because why would I? Come on. We're just gonna sneak up on it here. Okay guys, it's ready to go into the car. We've put everything together, the throw-out bearing. We didn't need any shims. I measured everything. We've got about 65 thousandths of play between the hydraulic throw-out bearing and the face of the clutch fingers, which is perfect. So that'll give us no clutch slippage, because it'll have full engagement on the clutch fingers. So that's about it for this episode, guys. There's a lot jam-packed, but it's very jumping around. Like I said, I really want you guys to see big progress in these videos. I don't want me to post a video every week with, well, we bought a bolt. It's boring, and I'm a blue-collar guy. I don't have a lot of money at my disposal, so I'm just trying to make this as enjoyable as for you guys as possible. And sometimes that means the videos will take a little longer. But next episode, we're gonna film it actually right now, is putting motor in, and then carburetor. We'll get into that setup later. You might have seen a couple hints of it in this video, but good or bad, that's what we're gonna try to do. Worst comes to worst, I've got some big guns I can pull out, some friends of mine that really know their shit. Anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. I love you guys, take care, and keep it on 100, yeah?
Oh, shit.